we've arrived at the Commonwealth War Graves Commission Cemetery at Suvla Bay. View of Suvla Bay, A beach, the rough beach, the beach with the rocks on it, out in front of the cemetery. So that is Suvla Bay. The pillbox down there, centre screen. You can see it's quite rocky coastline here. Slightly different view shows pretty much why A beach wasn't a good beach to land at. I can see the rocks in the water there, those dark patches in the water are rocks, and that's where the landing craft ran aground hundreds of metres out from the shoreline. That's the same all the way along this section of beach, whereas down to the south on my left is beautiful sandy beaches just to the west of that headland there. We're going to have a look at those shortly. And the cemetery is just up there. Suvla Bay, the hill just off Suvla Bay, and then further east is the lake inland from Suvla Bay. The poppies look beautiful at this time of year. So there's the rocky point that I showed you in the previous videos, and this is the beach to the south. So this is B and C beach, and as you can see, much better place to land. So it's fairly flat as you go inland. There's a few sand dunes and stuff behind us, up to the north and northeast. Otherwise it's what you see. Suvla, B and C beaches, crystal clear, beautiful. Suvla Beach. The country inland, up towards Hill 971, there's a centre screen there now. That's where we're heading today, up there. That's where the British were heading, but they never got there. Another view of B and C beaches, with the ANZAC over there in the far distance. See, it's quite rocky here around this point. Water's very clear. Got a high level feature right on the point. See that long sand hill. And then the open plains, Gallipoli plains. You've got Chunk there, and Hill 971 through there. It's coming back across the Gallipoli plains from Suvla Bay, that's Hill 971. Chunk there, flag, centre screen there now, and all the way down First Ridge to the ANZAC position. It's just a different view. The entrance to the valley to the north goes up via Anafata. I've not noticed that before. So this is the track up the valley, the back way round to Anafata. Brought me down to the new Turkish cemetery memorial. Up here just across the road from that new cemetery. There must have been a hospital or something here, so each of those rocks apparently is a grave. The Turks mark their graves with rocks, as you can see. So I think this is where the hospital was, and some 1,200 soldiers died in the hospital. Now whether they were carried across the road and reburied, interred, I doubt it. They're probably still here. So the Turks died in far greater numbers, and if you were lucky, you got was a rock. I guess they didn't know a name. And you got a small plot of ground and a rock, alongside lots of others.